The Spanish Armada, defeated by English spies. To protect Queen Elizabeth I of England and her kingdom, Sir Francis Walsingham created a network of informants, as he called his agents, who infiltrated both merchant communities and royal courts throughout Europe. His official title was Secretary General to the Queen. Unofficially, he was the coordinator of British espionage activities. After England and Spain began a silent war in 1585, Walsingham focused his espionage activities on Spain. In 1587, Walsingham believed, based on reports he had received, that King Philip II of Spain was planning to invade England. He asked one of his best secret agents, Anthony Standen, to show diligence in obtaining information about Spain. Standen, an English Catholic exile at a time when Catholics were considered potential traitors, used his religion to infiltrate the structures of Catholic Spain. Philip II had an efficient spy service, working closely with a vast network of the Vatican, and he was acutely aware that he was constantly being spied on by agents working for several structures. He firmly ordered his ambassador in Paris to deal with secret matters orally, without writing. But Standen was not intimidated by this. Standen's secret communications included a letter sent to Walsingham, using one of the spymaster's servants as an intermediary. Standen, using the code name Pompeo Pellegrini, ciphers out some of this report, claiming that he had learned from an ambassador that 4 galleys, in addition to the planned Armada, had been sent to Spain from Geneva. Standen also recruited a spy as yet unidentified, who in March 1586 copied an admiral's detailed plan, which included the ships, materials, and men needed for the invasion. The spy who stole this valuable document was probably a valet in the admiral's household. The valet's brother worked for Standen. The spy took the document to Madrid, where he handed it to an ambassador who sent it to Florence, from where it was picked up by Standen and sent to Walsingham in London, in a classic example of a spy ring. The admiral's analysis of the plan showed that there was still time before the Armada's ships could be assembled and properly manned. Queen Elizabeth had more time than expected to prepare for the invasion. Spanish counterespionage was also active. In January 1588, the high-ranking spy Sir Edward Stafford, the British ambassador in Paris, sent Elizabeth a diplomatic dispatch saying that the Spanish Armada had been disbanded. But Elizabeth, primarily through Walsingham's network, was receiving a steady stream of information that showed that Spain still planned to launch a powerful fleet. An intercepted letter from an Italian merchant revealed that troops were available for an invasion. The letter was accompanied by a copy of a papal promise of leniency to anyone who contributed to the crusade against Protestant England. Diplomatic dispatches, often unencrypted, traveled by couriers who could be bribed or threatened. From such intercepted dispatches, Elizabeth's cunning advisors were able to piece together what became known as Philip's grand strategy, the conquest of England. In July 1588, the Armada, a fleet of over 130 ships, sailed the English Channel and awaited troopships from Calais, which would be escorted to invasion points on shore. On the night of July 28th, an English fleet sent out 8 old ships called Hell Burners, loaded with pitch, firewood, and gunpowder. In a contagious panic, the Spanish ships cut their anchor cables and headed out to sea, abandoning their defensive crescent-shaped positions. The next day, the English fleet attacked, sinking 3 ships and causing 4 more to run aground. A sudden change in wind direction carried the Armada beyond the range of the English guns. Then the wind turned into a gale, smashing several ships against the rocky shores and driving the fleet north. The storms continued to batter the weakened fleet as the ships headed for the east coast of England, then around Scotland and down the west coast of Ireland. Only half of the ships found their way back to Spain.